All right, let's dive into a question that, let's be honest, every single dog owner has wondered about. You know the moment your super friendly dog decides to greet a guest with, well, a little too much enthusiasm in a very particular spot. So today, we're going to get into the fascinating and yes, slightly embarrassing science behind why they do that. Oh yeah, we've all been there. You have company over, your dog makes a beeline for their crotch, and everyone just kind of freezes. It feels personal, it feels super awkward, but I promise you, what's happening is actually one of the most natural things in the canine world. To your dog, this isn't rude at all. It's research.
So to really understand this, we have to completely step out of our human world, which is all about sight, and step into a dog's world. And their world, it's almost entirely built on scent. Their nose is how they navigate, how they communicate, how they understand everything around them in ways we can barely even imagine.
I mean, the sheer power of a dog's sense of smell is just staggering. It's estimated to be anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 times more powerful than ours. To put that in perspective for you, that's like us being able to taste a spoonful of sugar in our coffee versus them being able to smell that same single spoonful of sugar in 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. It's incredible.
And here's the biology behind that superpower. We humans, we have about 6 million olfactory, or scent, receptors in our noses. A dog, on the other hand, can have up to 300 million. Not only that, they have a whole second smelling system, the vomeronasal organ, that's specifically designed just to detect all these complex chemical signals. Okay, so we've established their nose is basically a supercomputer. But why that specific area? Why the crotch? Well, it's because that spot is where we humans are broadcasting the most concentrated, most interesting chemical information about ourselves. The key to all of this is something called apocrine glands. Now, these are not your typical sweat glands that are just there to cool you down. No. These guys release pheromones, which are these incredibly complex chemical signals that carry a ton of social and biological information all about you.
And where are these apocrine glands most concentrated on a person? You guessed it, the groin and the armpits. So for a dog, sniffing these areas is like going straight to the source. It's an information hotspot, a concentrated hub of data. It's simply the most efficient way for them to get a complete picture of who you are and what's going on with you. So really, your dog isn't being rude, they're reading. That sniff provides them with a detailed, real-time update on your identity, your mood, your health. Everything. You can almost think of it as their version of checking your social media profile to see what you've been up to.
Okay, so what exactly is in this status update? What kind of information are they actually pulling from these chemical signals? Well, this is where it gets pretty astounding. With just that one sniff, your dog is analyzing this whole cocktail of chemical compounds. Pheromones act like a unique chemical signature, kind of like a fingerprint. They can also pick up on hormones like adrenaline or cortisol, which tells them if you're stressed out or scared. They're literally reading your emotional state through chemistry. And it gets even more detailed. There's real scientific evidence suggesting that dogs can detect a mind-boggling range of things about us. We're talking about whether you've had recent sexual activity, whether a person is ovulating or pregnant, and they can even smell certain illnesses or cancers that change a person's scent profile. It's wild. But you know, beyond all the amazing biology, this behavior actually reveals something pretty profound about your relationship with your dog. This isn't just data collection. It's a social interaction that's deeply rooted in the pack dynamic. Think about it this way. A dog is way more likely to do this with people they know and trust. It's actually an act of care and concern. They are literally checking in on the well-being of a member of their pack, and that's you. It's a sign of a really strong, secure bond. It means they trust you enough to get that close, and they care about you enough to want to know how you're doing. Now, as fascinating as this all is, you might still prefer your dog not to greet your boss this way. And you know what? That's totally fine. The key is to manage the behavior in a humane way. You can teach them an alternative greeting, like making them sit or having them touch your hand with their nose, and then rewarding them for it. The goal is just to give them a different, more socially acceptable job to do in that moment. And this is absolutely crucial. You should never, ever punish a dog for sniffing. It's such a deeply ingrained, natural instinct for them. Punishing it is just going to confuse them, and it could really damage your bond. Instead, just like veterinary behaviorists recommend, use positive reinforcement to redirect that instinct. This way, you're respecting their nature while also setting some clear boundaries. So, the next time your dog gives you or a guest that all-too-personal sniff, just for a second, try to see it through their eyes. It's not just an awkward moment. It's a complex, information-gathering, and often a really caring social behavior.
It's a reminder that they live in this incredible world of scent that we can't even perceive, and they're just trying to understand us, the most important people in their world, a little bit better. So what story is your scent telling them right now?